Okay, so good evening, everyone. So my name is Kenneth. So today I'll take a small class based on GitHub. So I hope I'm audible also. If I'm not audible, you can mention it. All right. So in that case, I'll start the class. So GitHub, most of you might have heard about GitHub. I mean, some of you might have used it. So the thing is that for those who don't know, uh, GitHub is like a online folder, all right? Not exactly, but you can think of it in that kind of a way. So it is really useful when it comes to like uh, team projects. So whenever you are doing team projects and you want one place to store all the files and everyone needs to access that, that's where GitHub comes in. So actually, to be honest, it is a really big concept, and I'll try to cover as much as I can in this 40 minutes. Uh, I'll just go through most of the basics. So before that, I hope most of you, I mean, all of you have a Google account, right? Is there anyone who doesn't have a Google account? Okay, I'll take that as a no. So, yeah, so first thing, Google account is important because it needs to store, I mean, assign the projects to some kind of Google account, right? So, yeah, we'll first go through the basics, and then, yeah, firstly, it's like how to set it up, and then we will go on how to use it. So, basically, you can think of it as you can access it in three ways. So we'll go through the three ways, but before that, you will see Git and GitHub. So these two are separate things. So here is the comparison between the both. So here, from the points given here, so what you can say is that Git is like a command lines based on command lines. So it was done by Linus Torvalds. So it is mostly controlled using command lines. So it's like a terminal where you give commands and then you execute it line by line. So there's no graphical user interface. So it will be mostly command lines, and it will be stored on your local machine. That means it is stored in your computer, PC, or whatever. So that means this can be done offline. On the other hand, we have GitHub. So this one is the online version of it. So all of your files, everything that you store will be stored in a cloud. So it can be accessed from anywhere, almost anywhere, and you can do collaborations. So that is why this one will be the most commonly used when you're doing team projects, and this one when you're doing even more advanced projects. So we'll go through GitHub primarily, and then since Git might seem a bit overwhelming if you're learning all at once, so we'll go through only the basics and small like setup, and after that you will slowly learn how to use. You will get a hang of it. So now we'll be going on with GitHub. So as I said, one way of accessing is the Git. So for the Git, you will need like an app. So I'll send the link afterwards, but we'll get to that later. For now, we'll see the two ways of accessing GitHub. So GitHub, there are two ways of doing it. One is the website version. The other one is the local version. So yeah, even GitHub, you can do the local version if you like want to work offline and store your files in your computer. But it can also communicate with the one stored on the cloud. So yeah, we will learn how to do that. So firstly, let's go through the setting up process. So I hope everyone has a Gmail ID. So you can go to the GitHub website. I'll just send you the link. Yeah, if you just go to github.com, you will be asked to log in, and I have sent the link in the chat. Yeah, so if you click that, probably it'll ask you to sign in. So in my PC, I've already signed in, so I can't show you that part, but you can create an account, a GitHub account. And once you're done that, you will be met with this page. All right. So if you want, you can do it right now. Like, do you want to do it right now or will you do it later? If you encounter any problems, if you're doing it right now, then I can help you with that. If no, then I'll continue with the explanation. I'm not hearing any reply. So which one is okay?
I think we will be doing with you together.
Sorry, you're not audible. Can you speak a bit louder?
Yeah, I have logged into my GitHub page.
Okay, you have already logged in. All right, that's good. What about the others? I'm not hearing any reply from others. So Diksha is already logged in. Like others, are you trying to log in right now or haven't you logged in yet?
We are logging right now. I am logged in.
Okay, Ayan is logged in. Okay. So for those who are logging in, you can take like 1 minute and then you can log in. Okay, Likith is also logged in. So
Brother,
if
I
you just
also logged in.
okay, Manvit is logged in. All right.
Brother, I also logged in.
All right. I think most of you are done. Okay. In that case, if you have logged in, then you must be seeing this page right now. Yeah, this one, if you can read it here, this one is called the dashboard. So you can access many things from here. So first term that we're going to learn today is called repositories. If you see in it here, some of you might have heard it. So repositories is like it's like a place where you can store it. It's like it's stored in the cloud. All right. So in the cloud means it's stored in some server online. So it's not stored in your computer. It's stored in some server. So this is like a direct file directory. So where you can store your files. So you can create multiple repositories. So once I think everyone would have logged in right now. So this one right here will be your account. So you can check your profile if you want. You will get a summary of your account, your profile, a heat map, and so on, and your repositories also. So for now, we'll go back to the dashboard and then let's see how to create a new repository. So here on the left side, you can see top repositories and the list of repositories and a new button here. So obviously that button will create a new repository. So I'll just click that right now and you'll be met with this page. So create a new repository. So this repository will be only for you. I mean, you will be the owner. So only you can create changes unless you add any collaborators. So we'll get to that later. So you can give any name for the repository and then you can give any description. It's up to you. And next thing is visibility. So there are two visibility, public and private. So if you put it to public, then everyone can see and access your files, whatever files that you've stored. So they can view it, they can download it, they can do whatever they want with that. But if you do it to private, it stays only to you. So mostly you'll be using it in public. Private is not that much used. And once you've done that, add readme, this are not necessary. This is like adding an extra text file. It's like an instruction file, but it's not necessary right now. Other things let it be there without any changes. And if you click on this, a new repository will be created. So this is the repository. There's a setup here, so you can use it, a quick setup. So for now, I will use the ones which I've already like stored a few files in so that I can show what we can do with it. Now, if you once you add a few files, this will be your home page. All right. So I've created a repository called attendance tracker. This is my team's repository. So here, this will be your home page, and yeah, you will see a lot of buttons here, but it's all right. We will go through a few which are essential for us right now. And if you are the owner, let's say you created this repository and you want to add collaborators. So you want to work as a team. So for that, you can go to settings in the top ribbon here. You will see settings. And then over here, we will see collaborators. So here, I have to verify my email. Okay, I'll verify it later, but for now, there you can add another user as a collaborator using their Gmail. So yeah, so that is how we add collaborators, and you can change the options, and the other stuff is not as much necessary right now. All right, now back to the home page, and now we'll learn about something called branches. All right, so branches is really important here in GitHub. So what branches is, we are gonna get to know right now. So yeah, we have slide for this. So yeah, so this is a picturized version of what branches do. So yeah, so as you can see, this is the main branch. So all your files will be stored here. So from this point, as you can see, it has been branched. So a new branch has been created. So what is this new branch? So basically, this branch is a copy of main. So this is main itself, but it's a copy of it. So it's not the exact main, it's just a copy. So why do we need a copy? So let's say you gotta do some changes. So this one has a lot of let's say code in it, and you try to add some new feature to it. Let's say there was some app here in the main, there was an app, and then you want to add some feature to it, but you're not sure whether it will work. So you can create a branch. So in this branch, so basically this main will remain just like that, but in this branch, it will be the copy of this. So if you do any changes to this branch, it will only affect this one, this branch, and it won't affect the main branch. So let's say you added a new feature and it's not working. So the whole code is not working and you encountered some problem. So what you do is that you can just go back to the main branch, and there all your files will be safe. There will be no problem. And the other reason you can use branches is because when you're working as a team and you want multiple people working on the same thing. Let's say like currently this is why I'm using it for my team. So let's say you're creating a web application. So first you need the HTML. then you need the CSS. After creating the HTML only, you can go for the CSS. And after the CSS, you can go for JavaScript. So if I create each teams for it, then the other two teams should be waiting till the HTML teams complete. So instead of that, I made it so that I created three branches: HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, and they work parallelly. And then we will move to another thing, which will come to later, like how to get this back all together in one folder. So basically, this is how branching works. So it is really helpful and really useful. Uh, One of the important things in GitHub. All right. So yeah, the codes you see below are when you're doing it in the Git. So we'll get to that in a while. First, let's complete the web version. All right. So where is the branches here? So now if you see over here, if you look at my cursor, I have created 4 branches. So currently I'm in the main branch. So if I click on this, I can see all the branches that I've created, BET data, and so on. So this shows all the branches that I've created. So you can go to any specific branch, and there the files will be different. So next important thing here is called merging. All right. Merging branches and resolving conflicts. So this is our next important thing. So, all right, you have created a new branch. You have created 2 or 3 branches. Then you have tested it well and it is working really well. So now how do you add it to the main one? So what do? You don't have to copy and paste it here. You do something called merge. So as you can see, it has been branched and then you're going to merge it back here. All right. So what it's going to do, it's going to see the changes that is going to be here. I'll show how it is going to look. It's going to see the changes and then it's going to merge it there. So what can you merge? So that one also we will get there in a second. So now we understand what merging is, right? So if you are creating a branch, then you need to know how to merge also. So yeah. All right. So here, now that was as a owner, if you are the owner. So how do you do it as a collaborator? So imagine you have been added to a GitHub repository as a collaborator. So how do you do changes? So for
Kenneth,
that,
I think so you're not audible.
uh, am I audible right now?
Yeah, brother.
Okay, I think the problem is gone. Yeah. So back to where I was. So I'll show a small sample using the README. So README is nothing, it's just a text file. So it's like this is a repository for a project. This is just a text file. There's nothing here. So yeah, I'll just show you on point of a collaborator. So this is the file, all right? This is the home page, and I'm in the BET branch right now. So what I can do, so I want to create changes in this README file. There are a few ways, but for now we'll stay simple and do it in the website itself. So let me go to this README. And now as you can see, this is the content of the README. So whatever is inside the README, it is showing me here. So how do I edit this? So if there was code here, how do I edit this? So in the right side, you can see this pencil, edit this file. So click on that. As you can see, this is going to give me the online version of editing this. So you can add new things like a simple thing. All right. So I added this. And next thing you're going to do is committing the changes. So what does committing do? It's like asking, are you sure you want to make this change? So why? Because not only you are working, there are many others who are working. So you don't want to break the code, or you should only do it when you're done completely and you want to finalize it. So if you click on commit, as you can see, it is going to say this commit message. It's going to open this pop-up, and here I can give the message. So I just updated readme, and if you want, you can give a description like yeah, changes for example. Okay. So just a description, and you can click commit changes. So as you can see, this thing has been added here. So now the thing is that once you're done committing it, so if you're done committing it, it will be added to the specific branch. So let's say as I mentioned, I opened this branch, I opened readme, I created a small change here. Yeah, this was a small change. But let's go see it in the main branch. In the main branch, if I open the readme, see that part is not there. That means it has only affected the BET, I mean that branch. It hasn't went to the main branch. So once I commit there, that means it will be added to the only that branch. All right. So that is how you create changes in your own branch. So now imagine you are the owner or the one who has like created the repository, and now you saw that the BET was working. All right. So everything in the BET is good. So what do you do next? So you merge. So I told you, right? How do we merge? So once everything is made sure here, you merge it back to the main. So now for that, you can see here BET has changes, had recent changes. So you can click on compare and pull request. So this is the important part. So once you click on that, right? So it is going to compare the files that have changed in the branch and the files that are changed in the main part. All right. So this is going to create a pull request. And now if I click on that, it will pull it from whatever changes I've done. And now it is asking me to merge. So this page, as you can see, it is asking to merge. So if I do that, whatever is there in the BET will be merged to the main branch. So merging can be performed automatically. So GitHub has this good thing that it can, if there are like small changes, it can do, it can automatically merge it. So if you want, you can see the preview here. Okay, there's no code here, that's fine. So if you can't do it automatically, you can go to the command line. So I said, right, the git. So there you can do it there also, but we are not going there yet. So most of the things will be done automatically. So once you do merge, you can give whatever uh, name or anything like that, commit message and a description. And if I confirm merge, now let's see. So I go to the code here. I mean the main repository. So as you can see, I'm in the main branch, not in the BET. So now if I go to README, yeah, so it's added and it's been merged. So that is a small basic way of how you can use it. All right. A small example, a quick one. So there are a few things here. You can see a lot of buttons, not a few things. There's a lot of things here. You can see a few more buttons, but till now, this one will be important. And like if you are working on a project, if you know this much, it is already half the thing. You can do most of the things with that. And a few extra things is that you can see the code one here. So it will give you a file link. So this one will be useful later. I'll tell you why, but not right now. This will be useful later. And the other thing is open with GitHub desktop and download zip. So you can download this zip file of the whole repository, and it will be stored in your computer. So when you're using Git or other files, I mean other GitHub desktop, then you can use this. So for now, I'm not going to do that. And yeah, almost that is what you need right now. Yeah, okay, that is what you need right now. And now back here. Yeah, so we have done the merging and resolving conflicts. So when does conflicts come? So it's told, right? It will automatically see for anything, any problem. So most of the time, it will do the correction on its own, but sometimes we might have to interfere. All right. So this is GitHub, the web version. So this will be mostly of what you need. And now let's go to the other part, the desktop part. So for that, you might have to uh, download the Git desktop file. It might take a while to download it, so you don't have to download it right now. I'll explain it right now, and later, if you're downloading it, you can see the recording. The recording will be sent in the group, and then you can refer it and do it on your own. So I'll send the GitHub desktop link in chat. If you want, you can just put it to download right now. Then later you can work with it. All right, I sent it in chat. So we'll see how GitHub desktop will look. So once you download it, yeah, so this will be the GitHub desktop. And once you open that, you will be met with this screen. So this is the, let's say, the offline version of it. So as you can see, this is currently in the attendance tracker repository. So if you open this, it will ask you to log in. So if you logged in, then you can see your repositories here. So as you can see, no local changes. So that means our changes will be mostly localized. If local means it will be only in your desktop or PC. So this will be your screen. And a few things you can do here. So you can change the repository. Like currently I have only the attendance tracker repository here. There are a few ways to add repositories. So I'll tell you how to do that. So here you can click add here, and you get three options. First thing is clone repository. Second thing is create new repository. Third thing is add existing repository. So clone repository is going to clone any repository from the web. So if you click on that, as you can see, you can clone anything from the websites. Let's say attendance tracker or test, the one that I created right now, or you can clone any other GitHub repository using the URL. So that is two ways of doing it. So right now, if you clone this, then it will be downloaded to your computer. So basically, it's like downloading a repository. And as you can see, I downloaded this attendance tracker, and you can see the three branches here. You can see the pull. So this one is like it's going to take the changes from the online version. So if there was any changes in the online version, it is going to fetch it. So you can also see the history here of all the changes that I've created here. So the most recent one, the README. So if you click on the change, as you can see here, there's this green line. This is added as an example. So you can see what changes was made here. So if it appears in green, that means a line has been added. If it appears in red, that means a line has been deleted. If there is no color, that means it is there was no changes there. So uh, one way to like edit the code is to open it in Visual Studio Code. I mean, I think most of you have Visual Studio Code. So you might have to link both of these. I mean, you can just do it directly here. Yeah. So That is mostly for GitHub desktop. There's not much, I guess, much else. Yeah, I think that's enough. And next thing is the Git. So yeah, this one, you see all this green code here. So that one will be done in Git. So I won't be going through much in Git. So only a small introduction, I guess, because otherwise it might be too much information right now. Because even in the GitHub and GitHub desktop, I gave only like very little information. There are a lot of other things, but I only gave the ones that are necessary for now. And later, other things you learn on the way. I mean, while you're using it, you will slowly understand what those are. So for the GitHub, I mean, we'll now go to the Git. So for that also, you have to download the Git bash. So I'll be sending the link. If you want, I will send the link right now, and then you can download it. You can start downloading already. Then later you can work with it. It will be also sent in the group, so you can use that also. So yeah, I'll be sending it in chat. If you want, you can already start sending it. I mean, you can already start downloading it. So yeah, so back to the class. Yeah. So I'll be opening Git right now. So you can just search Git. You'll get called Git Bash. So once you open this, yeah, you will be here with the scary screen here. Yeah, this will be mostly command line instructions. So yeah, we'll go through some basics, not much. I think it might take a while to download it. Okay, I'll go through the setup also quickly. Yeah, so this will be the website. And here, if you're using a Windows 64, then you can click on this link, or you can click this link for you have a 64 version. Once you click on that, yeah, it will be downloaded there. So I already have this, so I'm not gonna download it again. I'll just open the setup right now. Just give me a second. Yeah, it's over here. All right. So once you open that, you will be met with this page. Just give it a second to like open. Yep. I hope you can see the screen, right? Yeah. So this will be your screen, the setup screen if you download it. So you can try doing it right now. So you can click on next. You'll see a lot of option. So you don't have to change much here. You can let it be. You don't have to create any changes. You can just keep on clicking on next, and then finally it will start installing it. You can do it right now if you want. So once you're done, in the end, you can click on open Git bash, or you can just search it. So right now I'm going to cancel it, and yeah, let's open Git bash. So I wanted everyone to do it live on class right now, but since we don't have much time, we will be, I'll only show this one and you can refer it from the recording later on. Yeah. So now, what is the first thing that you have to do once you open this, let's say this Git bash? First thing is you gotta log in to your uh, account. So how do you log in if there's only commands? So for that's why we have a few commands here. As you can see. So most of the commands starts from Git. So Git, and then you can add the commands here. So if you want to explore a bit, you can do Git help or something like that. Oops. Git help. If you do that, you will get a list of commands. So as you can see, clone, hit, add, restore, and all the description of what it does. You can do that if you wanna like explore more. But for now, small things, git config. So this one you only have to do it once when you're doing it for the first time. So 2 dash global username. So first thing you gotta give your username, or the username that you've given in your when you created the account. So you all of you have created the account, right? So the same thing you can give it here. Global user, and I'll give my ID. User.name. So this one is a name. And I do the same for Gmail. So for the Gmail, you can give whatever Gmail you have given there. So as you can see, it has been done. And the next line, as you can see here, is to initiate a default branch. So we'll do that. Okay, so I just did all this so that you get an idea of how this will be done. Uh, I just mostly type the code from this part. So you can try exploring it. So it gives a detailed explanation like how to create a project. So make dir, that means make a directory called my project. So and then next command line is to go to this file directory. I mean, yeah, to go to that directory. And this one is for creating a file. So in that you will create a file called readme.md, and in that we'll be adding a line called my project, and then we come to the commit part. So do you guys remember what the commit part is?
Yeah.
And, yeah, can anyone say what the commit part was?
It actually commits things, whatever we do, like we ensure that we had done it right and commit it inside the file.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. So we make sure that all the things are done and you commit it. That means it is basically another word, a GitHub word for saving. So it saves to that branch. So whatever branch you are in. So after committing, and we have the check your history. So gives the history of whatever you have been doing, the changes and the commits that have been done. So yeah, you can try all of this out. I'm not doing this right now because yeah, as you know, time is short. So I just wanted to give a recap. That's why I'm not doing it right now. So yeah, you can try all these commands, or if you want to do it on your own, as I said, you always use git help. So it will give all the commands and it's like what it does. And even in this PPT will be shared to the group by Harsha sir. You can refer this. We have a lot of instruction here. So as you can see, all the things that we did on screen using the mouse, it can be also done using codes. I mean lines of codes in the terminal. So like merging, switching to main, changing the branch, all this stuff, it can be done using this also. So even when you go to a higher form of like resolving conflicts, so I haven't covered that much deeply, but you saw, right, when I was merging, it gave me a tick mark saying that there are no problems while merging. So it can merge automatically. So whenever it can't merge automatically, this we use this command lines to do it manually. So as you can see, there is these few lines. It's gonna say where the changes have been. So it is saying this is where the changes started, or there are changes here. So this is the original, and this one is the change that has been made. So it's gonna say this. You can do your changes or resolve the conflicts manually. So that one, when it actually comes to that point, we'll be learning. But as of now, a quick recap. So first thing, three types you can learn. I mean, three types of using GitHub. So first thing is GitHub web version. Second thing is GitHub desktop version. And third thing is Git. So GitHub desktop and Git works on your local computer. GitHub web version, it works on the server, mostly on the server based. Uh, so we learned about repositories. So how we can create a repositories and what repositories are. I'll just show it here. So yeah, the repositories, how to create a repository, how we can use them, and then we mentioned about branches. Branches is very important, and we learned about how we can create a new branch. I mean, we didn't go to that, right? So it's just very simple. You can just type a new branch and you can create it. So that's why I didn't go through that. So you learned how we can use branches and why we use it, and a few examples of where I used it. And we went through a small part of committing changes, that is basically saving. So committing only affects that specific branch. And once the branch is completely done, you can go to merging. That means it is going to merge that branch to the main path, main file. So it, as you can see, I showed you an example of merging also. And then we went to GitHub desktop. So in the GitHub desktop, we learned how to uh, clone a repository. Yeah. So how to clone a repository from online, and we learned that it will be only to your computer. It will be stored locally. So one way of cloning a repository is to add here. Click on add and clone repository, and you can enter the URL if you want. So that is why we went to the URL here. So I told you, right, we'll be using this. So if you copy this and you paste it here, that means this can clone it there. So as you can see, yeah, it only clones to empty folders. So I already created this folder. All right. So we learned how we can clone it. We can create a new repository here. We already went through that in the web version, and adding an existing repository. So as I told you, here you can download a zip file and you can add the repository through that. And rest of the things are almost same, but here you make changes in the VS Code. And then we went to the bash. We went through the setup of how to open and download bash, git bash. And then we went through a few lines of codes. And then the rest are here in the PPT, so you can refer that. So till now, that is mostly the basics. There are still a lot other things you can do. That's why GitHub is really useful. But those things you learn on the way. Like you'll slowly understand why these can be used. But these are the basics and the essentials. So yeah, so that's it for the GitHub. So over to Harsha, sir.
Thank you, Kenneth. So hope like you understood the basics of GitHub. So today's session we took because from now onwards, whatever the code we do, so from next week onwards, we'll be going for Flask and files handling. So it's more of like a project code which you'll be trying to do. So in order to maintain this, GitHub is like most useful tool. So like most useful tool in the sense it's more powerful as well. So once I keep on like practicing and once I start using, right, so you'll get the hang of like the GitHub. So that's it. That is it. So if you have any doubts or anything related to this session, I'll answer, and Kenneth's brother also will answer. So any doubts, anyone? Any doubts? Was I audible? Kenneth, was I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Okay. If you are not having any doubts, we can wind up this session. So as for your practice and assignment, so whatever was taught in this today's session, execute those and send the output in WhatsApp group. So that's it, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kenneth.